Hey, what's up, everyone? Um, I met these two Christian guys while I was conducting interviews for the Central American border crisis, and we got to talking, and one of them handed me a documentary, American Gospel, Christ Alone. I saw the trailer. I got an idea of what it might be about, but I don't know 100%. And I gotta mention that I'm Catholic, uh, cafeteria Catholic. I don't practice every single thing. I don't go to church every Sunday. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible Catholic and probably a terrible Christian, but I try. So with that being said, I'll let you know that I'm, I guess, moderate. I'm not a hardliner, but I respect every single religion, all of them, even Satanism, all of them. As long as you're not a dirtbag, scumbag, you're all right in my book. So with that being said, let's do it. Wait, before we get started, um, I looked for this movie online, and everywhere it said they're charging like $3 to watch it. You think it'd be free, because it's Christian, but no, it's all right, man. You got to make your money. It's okay. So I'm thinking if they're charging everywhere, I think Netflix had it, but I don't think it's there anymore for free. Through Netflix, of course. But if they're charging $3, that means it might be copyrighted. So if I try to do a reaction or a commentary video while it's playing, it'll probably get blocked. So the only thing I can do is pause it and give my commentary, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Okay, now let's do it. All right, that was fast. I found something I disagree with real quick. This guy right here says he grew up Muslim, right? And he would meet Christians. I guess none of them before someone did, but none of them talked to him about the gospel, the Bible, and Jesus. And he said, I guess they didn't care about me going to hell. Then I talked about this with the guys who I met who gave me this DVD. And one of my biggest issues that I've had with my faith as Christian or Catholic, is that if you grew up not ever hearing the Bible, the words of Jesus, you grow up as a child, whatever, to an adult, never ever hearing the Bible or the words of Jesus, and you die through no fault of your own, because there are regions in the world where Christianity just isn't preached. It's just that's reality. So what happened to them? This guy's automatically, he assumes that you go to hell. I don't think so. Hey, that's my home. I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay, Oakland to be exact. And God, do I miss it. I'm in West Texas right now, El Paso. Alright, not to insult anyone, but I think this guy right here is a big old charlatan. Big old phony. This guy just said, I live in Texas, and it's considered the buckle of the Bible Belt. I didn't know that, if it's true. This guy said he would go to church on Sunday, but the rest of the week he'd be out doing worldly things. I guess sinning, what he meant. But my opinion, and it's just an opinion, the true believer is the one who confronts sin and beats it. It doesn't hide from it. So if you could be around, sexualized, individuals, alcohol, drugs, being around it and not partake in it, then not only are you putting your faith to the test, you're putting yourself, who you are as a person. And that's more, in my opinion, it's more respectable, I guess, because it's really daring, really daring thing to do. A lot of people can't do it. They'd rather hide, they'd rather shield themselves from it. But I respect those who can actually walk the fire and withstand the burn. I mean, Jesus himself, he didn't hang around, priests only or holy men. He hung around every walk of life. Everyone was welcome, you know. He didn't hide behind walls. He didn't hide inside a temple or church or whatever. He was out there talking to the masses. Now this guy's saying that it's very convenient for him because Jesus died for his sins, and he won't have to go to hell. That's something else that I don't really believe in. Hell, at least the way it was described, even in the Bible. I don't know. Like a positive afterlife, whatever that may be, it serves a purpose. Like it has longevity. You could do a lot with that. With whatever type of life is next after this. You know, positivity, something good. There's you could work with that. There's things to be done. But with hell, to just burn for all of eternity, and that's it. There's no end game. There's nothing behind it. Nothing to learn from it. You're just there. I don't know. I think it's something that God or man came up with because it's the most painful, excruciating way that someone can die. So it's meant to instill fear. I don't think it's real. Is there a negative afterlife? Yeah, hopefully, probably, but not fire and brimstone. I don't think so. And even priests, they'll tell you that a lot of the Bible it was never meant to be taken literally. I don't know. Joel Osteen. Now this guy, he seems like a phony. Again, I don't want to insult anyone, but this is my opinion. It's how I feel. He seems like a phony. He definitely has a boatload of money. This guy has a whole lot of money. And in my opinion, in order for you to be believed, at least by a whole lot of people, because I mean, millions of people, like globally, you have to not make it about money. Even though there's nothing wrong with making money, but this guy has an insane amount. And if you're preaching the words of Jesus, that makes no sense. Author, Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus. Okay. This guy wrote a book called Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus. Well, the word Allah literally just means God. So he was seeking God and found Jesus. Now, someone might say, oh, Allah's a different God. Yahweh, different God. You know, it's God. It's all God. There's a lot of testimonials on this video so far. And I wish him all the best. Whatever makes you a better human being. Now, here's a Bible passage. Matthew 5:28. It says, whoever looks at a woman to lust for her committed adultery with her in his heart. Now, God, if he created the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, it made it almost impossible to live up to what's in those books. And that's the whole point. You'll never ever get to be a perfect human being, which is what the Bible's asking for. And it knew it. Whoever wrote it, whoever created it, I think it's God did, knew it. It's just a very difficult goal to attain, but you got to try. So right here, when it says don't lust for a woman, how are you supposed to, have babies if there's no desire? Because in order for you to have children, which is according to the Bible and all that, that's the only reason why you should ever have sex, to have kids. Well, not the Bible, but religious folks. In order for you to have a baby, the man has to feel aroused, and the woman too. The only way that could happen is if you're attracted to each other, and that is called lust. Sorry, that's just what it is. Well, you see, exactly what I was talking about. So therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Again, just a very, I want to say difficult, but it's impossible to be perfect. But the Bible wants you to try. You won't do it, but you could try.
You're giving them a goal that they'll never be able to attain.
Exactly.
The message
exactly what I said.
Say be good.
Yeah, see, I like her. She's saying exactly what I'm saying. All religions, they'll try to achieve that goal. Not going to happen. You see, even Jesus thinks the way I think. He says, no one is good but one, that is God. Meaning no one's perfect. Not even him. I don't know how anyone can believe that this man was actually Christian. He says, I tried to live a life where I don't have to ask God for forgiveness. Meaning he thinks he's perfect. Even if he says try, no, man. Oh, man. Not this guy. He's cool, man. He's a good man. He's probably real cool, but he will forever be remembered as the banana man. If you don't know what that is, just look up Ray Comfort banana. Now, this guy right here is saying that every human being is bad compared to Christ. But we just saw earlier that even Christ said that he wasn't perfect. So you don't look to Christ either. You look to God, but Christ himself wasn't perfect. He had fits of anger when he flipped that table over. I don't think someone who's perfect will let anger get to them to that degree. Yeah, this guy's saying right now that human beings are naturally selfish, and that's true. That is natural within every human being. So because of that, I think religion and God is why it's necessary to correct those flaws. To be born again, John 3:7. Do not be amazed that I said to you, you must be born again. To be born again, I guess to be re-baptized, to be cleansed. I think God or whatever created this planet and universe and dimension, this existence, right? It knew, I keep saying he, but I don't know what it is. So it knew how our brains function. And to me, religious rituals are there to convince the mind that something has been accomplished. And if the mind believes it, the body will follow. So with the Catholic thing, the baptism, the kneeling, prayer, all that is to help the mind believe. My opinion. Yeah, like you ever notice people get married, they gotta go through this whole ritual. Same reason. When you go to court and they make you raise your hand with your other hand on top of a Bible, same thing. It's all psychological. It's to help the brain believe something that the body needs to believe. This right here is a reality. Millennials leaving church in droves, study finds. I believe that 100%. With the gay issue, they don't like that. All the scandals, children getting molested, all kinds of stuff, man. And let me tell you one thing about the Catholic Church. People may say what they want to say about it, but it's the only one, or one of the only ones, that's capable of changing, of completely reversing a rule or a law, no matter how old it is. They've done it, and they'll have to in order for it to survive. Because the Catholic Church, yep, they're leaving that church too. Well, every church, they're leaving all these Christian religions, but the Catholic Church, which is the oldest and the largest of all Christian religions, they're in trouble, man, and they know it. That's why my boy Frankie Pope, he's like, gays are absolutely going to go to heaven. Not, they may, according to them, they may be committing sin, but they'll still go to heaven. So that's good, man. Hopefully all these other Christian religions will follow suit. This man talking said, Jesus, the Son of God. From what I understand, Jesus never said he was the Son of God. Now, if you look at a Bible that's been translated a whole bunch of times, then you might get that. But if you look at the original Greek Bible, he doesn't say that. From what I understand, he says the Son of Man. That's not the same. But if anybody watching this and you comment, let me know where in the Bible does it say, I am Jesus, the Son of God. Yeah, see it right here. That's what I was talking about before. It says, I am the way, I am the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. That's if you're introduced to his words and the Bible and all that. But like I said, there's people on this planet who will never get to hear his words. What about them? I go to Catholic Church for you. It says the Catholic Church believes that if you're a true believer, you have faith, but not just having faith. That's not good enough. You have to include works, meaning good deeds. I don't know what anybody could see wrong with that. And it also says believe in Christ, but also mediators, which I guess those are saints. All that, man, all that is it's structure. Italians, Romans, very organized, and that's actually why out of all the little religious sects, of all the religious groups, the Catholic one was chosen by the Romans, I think, to expand because of how well it was structured. People can say what they want to say about saints, but sometimes people feel better going through a mediator. You see, it's all organized. I like the Roman Catholic plan of salvation. Sounds pretty good to me. Wow. I don't know how true this is, but the biblical plan of salvation is that you can commit all the sins in the world, the worst of all, and if you repent, bam, you're good to go. Wow, look. It even says in the Bible. James 2:26. Faith without works is dead. Wow, they're really pushing it too. He's saying that faith alone leads to salvation. Just faith. With all due respect to my fellow Christian brothers and sisters, nah, man. Works. You have to really show and demonstrate and teach, just like Jesus did. Could you imagine if Jesus only believed in God and that's it and left it at that? Alright, this guy just said, just right now, that he never gets sick, I guess through prayer or whatever. And then right now he's saying, I've gotten sick before, yes. Crazy. Wow. You know it's all bad when your own nephew is going against you. Well, this documentary took a quick turn. Now they're dissing the prosperity gospel, which I never liked anyway, where they preach about wealth and health and all that through the Bible and all that. Yeah. This guy's the worst one of all. Oh my God. Televangelist seeks 54 million for jet. Cause Lord forbid he flies coach. You know what I'm getting so far from this documentary is that those people who follow these kind of people like Joel Osteen, if they want to believe in God and Jesus Christ and somehow find a way to be more financially, stable and just have more money in life, if you can do both, man, go ahead. Because you can believe in Jesus Christ all you want, but you still got to live in a capitalist country. So if you want to live exactly like Jesus in America, you'll be homeless. So it's one or the other, right? The only thing I don't agree with is how much money these people end up getting. These leaders, these religious leaders. That's way too much for you to be preaching Jesus and all that, mansions and jets and all that. I don't know about that, but as far as their followers, if you could motivate them to be more financially stable or successful or whatever, go ahead. This guy just said that the prosperity gospel people go to these rural villages and spend like $250,000 on housing and medical stuff, hospitals and whatnot. And he said those are good deeds, but what about eternal salvation? How about both? I mean, if they can do that and preach the word of God and everything, why not? They're not making a good case for their beliefs, man. Whoa, this guy's really making things worse. The nephew of that preacher guy, I forgot his name, but he's saying he's telling a story about how they used to live, going to different hotels in Dubai, and everything was made of gold, and they get picked up in like all white Benzes, and just the luxury life. And right here he says, and I'll never forget that experience. That when someone says something like that, it's because they enjoyed it. I don't see what's wrong. I don't get it, but yeah, what's the limit? How much money is too much money when you're doing that kind of work? Preaching around the world or around the country or whatever. I don't know, but mansions and there's nothing wrong with getting that. It's like it is a problem if you're preaching about Jesus and he wasn't like that. So that's why I have a problem with it. But anyone else, go ahead. No, I love me some God, but if I have to live with those gigantic insects in order for me to be believed as a true believer, I'm gonna have a hard time. Now, this is one Bible verse that I've never understood. It's kind of odd and weird. But it says, then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness or likeness. Who is our? Us. It's like God is talking about multiple people with him, multiple gods. I don't know, man. Now they're saying that if you want, you could speak things into existence. And I guess the ones who made this documentary are saying that no, only God can do that. But I don't know, man. It might be true because even the CIA, they've admitted that the law of attraction is real. You can actually make things happen if you really believe in it or think about it hard enough or something. You can look that up. But the CIA, I guess, was studying it, and somehow I can't exactly remember how, but they found out that it's actually something scientifically true. I don't know. Yeah, look, there you go. The secret. According to the CIA, this thing is actually real. It looks like a lot of people in the documentary, like a lot of people throughout the world, are just confused about what the Bible says. They're trying to translate it. And I can't remember, God, I wish I knew his name, but he said, the Bible doesn't come to you, you come to the Bible, meaning you bring yourself, who you are, to the Bible. The Bible doesn't make you, doesn't give you a personality of who you are. And it looks like that because it depending on your personality is what you're going to translate, what you're going to see when you read those, passages.
Can I shake your hand? Because this is what Jesus would do. We don't live the
The
gospel.
hell was that?
We don't.
Now that's a good one right there. They will not be persuaded even if someone rises from the dead. That goes for atheists, real atheists, or fake atheists, which are people who just hate God. There's a lot of them out there. Some people don't believe in God because of their scientific ideology or whatever you want to call it. Some just hate God, and they cover it up with this atheist belief, with science and all that, but they just hate God. It's like I said before, all of this is psychological, right? So if people believe what these preachers are saying about healing and all that, and if the person believes it and they're healed, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Just keep saying that. I'll never have the flu. I'll never have the flu.
I had a
Yeah, that'll work with
relative
COVID. Okay, now this guy is tripping. He said, as far as the question goes, the big famous question, why do bad things happen to good people? And he said the only time in history that has ever happened to was Jesus Christ. Well, what about kids? Like children who never really ever committed a sin. I know Catholics believe you're born a sinner or whatever, but okay, let's say you're baptized, and then a few hours later or a few days later or whatever, that child dies or gets sick or whatever. Come on, man, that's a sinless person. Now this is a more interesting question. Why do good things happen to bad people? Why are bad people so damn successful? That's what I want to know. Like I said it before, man, a-holes live forever. Sarcastic statement, but it seems like good people always suffer and just die an early death. And bad people, at least in my experience, they live a long life and usually healthy. There are exceptions, but for the most part, that's how it is. Wow, look. He died at the age of 34. Man, that's young. And, atheists, they use this as an argument. Look, man, he believed in God. He was all religious and he died anyway. Oh, my God. Like, there was a story about somewhere in New Jersey, I think, where a bus full of nuns, crashed, and I think a lot of them died. And atheists were using that, like, look, they believed in God, they devoted their whole life to God, and look what happened. And the way I see it is that, imagine if him right there and those nuns were death proof because they were believers. They couldn't die no matter what. That would be 100% undeniable evidence of God's existence. Can't have that. You know what's kind of messed up is that, ironically, a Muslim would believe that he didn't go to paradise because he was a Muslim and then he rejected Islam and he turned Christian. That's wrong too. Alright, so that's it. There's no point in giving you my final thoughts because I've been giving you my thoughts while watching this. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Check out one of my audiobooks, eBooks, paperbacks, or just donate to an app to support this channel. Link down below.